Gracious professionalism is the positive, kind, and respectful way in which we treat each other. It's the reason that the FIRST community is so special.
It's about balancing competition and cooperation. And it's all about cooperating in a time of manner. Well, even though there's stress, even though there's conflicts, we should always be in a respectful and kind manner to no matter who we are talking to.
In a FIRST setting, it's being nice to your teammates and being willing to lend a helping hand, even if you know, next match you may be competing against them.
Our team tries to use gracious professionalism as an event by always supporting other teams, be willing to lend parts to others, and showing kindness to others no matter the outcome of a match.
I was competing against another team and they had forgot to charge their battery. So I had one that was fully charged and I handed it to them because I wanted it to be a fair match and to make sure that everyone was having fun.
Helping a kid who rarely smiled because he had a rough time light up with joy when he had his first robot move, and that gave me so much joy because I know that made his day, maybe his week, maybe even his year.
I want to be a leader and like a person people can look to for support and help.
You can be a gracious professional both in your everyday life and in your future just by being kind and respectful to everyone and helping everyone out.
I work hard to learn technical skills so that I can help run local events in the community, and I actively mentor others to do the same.
When I go to school, sometimes we have group projects and they're a little bit tough, and gracious professionalism can really help me through that with the collaboration and feedback sessions.
We can, build sort of this ecosystem where everyone is happy and everyone's respecting each other and flourishing together as a family.
Hello, FIRST community.
Teams,
Coaches,
Mentors,
Volunteers,
Alumni,
Sponsors, parents, friends.
Everyone.
We are the 2024 FIRST Tech Challenge Dean's List Award winners, an honor to be your host for today's celebration. Welcome to the FIRST Tech Challenge 2024-2025 season kickoff and reveal of Into the Deep, presented by RTX, all part of the first dive season presented by Qualcomm.
We have an awesome show for you with special messages from a few of your first faves. And of course, the highly anticipated reveal of the 2024-2025 game. All of the Into the Deep game materials will be published on our website after the broadcast, so please use the website as your reference during the season. But before we dive in, here to share his excitement is FIRST Chief Executive Officer, Chris Moore.
Hello, FIRST Tech Challenge community. Welcome to a new year of problem solving, creativity, and discovery. I'm thrilled to be part of today's reveal of Into the Deep, presented by RTX. You are among more than 100,000 FIRST Tech Challenge participants around the world who will uncover the potential in each of us to strengthen our community and innovate for a better world with healthy oceans. A special thank you to our generous sponsors, including the FIRST Tech Challenge season presenting sponsor, RTX, for making Into the Deep possible, and FIRST Dive season presenting sponsor, Qualcomm, for helping us explore the future. And my sincerest gratitude to you, our participants, our coaches and mentors, our volunteers, and our passionate supporters around the world. Thank you for making FIRST Tech Challenge the successful, engaging, and fun program that it is. On behalf of all of us here at FIRST, wishing you the best of luck as you embark on this new season. We can't wait to see what you discover beneath the surface of the oceans, within yourselves, and in collaboration with each other.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. An enormous thank you to all our supporters and generous sponsors this year for making the first dive season and Into the Deep game possible. Each season, the work you do together to solve problems and make waves with your innovations reminds Qualcomm that the future of breakthrough technologies needs you.
Hello FIRST Tech Challenge teams, and welcome to Into the Deep, part of the first dive season presented by Qualcomm. I'm Vanitha Kumar, Senior Vice President of Engineering at Qualcomm Technologies. Beneath the ocean's surface lies our planet's most complex ecosystem, full of life and potential for exploration and learning. Like these ecosystems, beneath the surface of every new technology lies a community of inventors, collaborators, problem solvers, and creative thinkers. We all have a role to play in building a thriving future, like wireless reach to support sustainable fishing or digital positioning services to improve supply chains across the oceans. As your team explores uncharted waters this season, what solutions will you come up with? How can your STEM skills innovate for a better world with healthier oceans? Good luck, teams. Let's dive in.
Thank you, Qualcomm. And now the Into the Deep season presenting sponsor, RTX, is taking us beachside to share some of the ways they're using innovation, teamwork, and STEM skills to help monitor and sustain healthy oceans.
Welcome to the 2024 First Tech Challenge season, Into the Deep, presented by RTX. During this year's competition, you'll dive your robots into the depths of the world's oceans to explore the unknown. This ocean behind me is so much more than what you and I can see. Beneath the surface lies a vast and complex ecosystem. You'll learn about that during the Into the Deep season. But at RTX, it's part of our mission. Every day, we're focused on advancing sustainable aviation, reducing energy and emissions, and minimizing our resource use. We're even developing tools that harness the power of the ocean. Let's take a look. From 500 miles up in space, the Visible Infrared Imaging Radiometer Suite, or VIIRS, which is what I work on, rides aboard a satellite gathering information about our environment, like ocean chlorophyll levels or algae blooms along the coast. VIIRS is basically just a really fancy camera that's changing the way we see our planet. It has a rotating telescope to gather particles of light called photons that travel through various lenses, mirrors, and detectors to generate data that's used to identify things, like emerging storm patterns. VIIRS's tracking capabilities can increase warning times on approaching hurricanes and forest fires, and this ultimately saves lives. On board a different satellite, RTX's new Glimmer instrument will collect and process information from across the electromagnetic spectrum to get a detailed view of coastal water conditions. Glimmer will provide precise measurements of ocean ecosystems in the Gulf of Mexico, parts of the US coastline, and the Amazon River. These markers can be used to detect coral bleaching and red tide, and will help decision makers rapidly respond to coastal disasters, like an oil spill. Back here on the ground, RTX is optimizing technologies that predict stream flow and flooding to better understand drought and other water quality challenges. Our goal is to help communities become a more climate-ready nation. Hundreds of RTX employees and mentors worldwide are ready to roll up their sleeves and plunge into the world of robots with you. Join us as we explore the future. By innovating together, we can create a better world with thriving, healthy oceans. Best of luck to this year's teams. Now let's make a splash.
Wow, thank you, Julie, for giving us a closer look. And thank you to the more than 500 RTX employees who are FIRST mentors. An important part of what makes FIRST is gracious professionalism. It's also at the heart of each team practice, get-together, and each and every First Tech Challenge event. Let's take a moment to hear from Senior Program Director Rachel Moore on an important message about gracious professionalism.
Thanks, Ryan. I know we're all excited to see this year's game reveal, but before we get to that, I'd like to talk a bit about something that's important and at the core of what we do, gracious professionalism. Whether you're a rookie hearing the term for the very first time, or whether, like me, you've been part of the FIRST family for a long time, this is a part of the ethos of FIRST that we can't take for granted. If you've never heard the term before, gracious professionalism is kind of like good sportsmanship. But instead of only describing how to behave when you compete, it applies to all aspects of your life. There isn't one specific definition of gracious professionalism, but it exists in the space where you and your team are performing at their best competitively, but you're also taking time to include and help others. FIRST is a small representation of the real-life opportunities that each of you will have to make decisions which reflect gracious professionalism in your everyday life. Many of these decisions that we make may seem tiny or inconsequential, but it's the little choices that each of us make when no one is watching that all combine and fuse together to form our collective culture. It's okay that gracious professionalism is hard to define. You already know how to compete hard, and you know how to be kind. Think about how your actions make others feel and how that makes you feel. How do you feel when you can do the right thing for yourself and others? What if it's only good for you and bad for others? Would you lend a tool to a team in need or give them a spare part? What if that team is on your alliance? What if they're against your alliance later in the tournament? Later, if you didn't help that team when you knew you could, and you beat them, how proud do you feel of that win? You won't always get it right, and that's okay, because gracious professionalism is a journey, not a destination. It's something we should strive to practice every day, but none of us are perfect, and we will fall short some days. When we make a mistake, we should own it, offer a sincere apology, attempt to make amends, and then we have an opportunity to think about how we can do better in the future. First is hard. It's supposed to be. And that means at times during this season, you will feel pressure and experience stress. In those difficult times, it might seem easier to be selfish or only take your own interests into account. After all, even if you do everything the right way, there's only a handful of teams that will win their last match of the season and get to celebrate being world champions. But while there are a limited number of championship trophies, there is no such limit on the number of teams who will have a successful season. Don't waste time on being envious of others' success. Ask questions, challenge yourself, learn from others, and share your own knowledge. Does your team define goals for your season? Do they include defining what success will be? How can you set goals which will help you better practice gracious professionalism? What is one thing you're proud of that you can help another team with? And what will you ask for help with? Don't be afraid to compete, but also have fun and take time to make today a better place for someone else too. In this Into the Deep First Tech Challenge season, remember, a rising tide lifts all boats.
What an important message from Rachel. Our team coach also makes sure gracious professionalism is a priority for our team. As you and your team dive into this season, make sure you check out our video of tips for how you can practice gracious professionalism on and off the field this year.
We also want to share an enormous thank you to our fantastic game design committee, Jessica Bullen-Smith, Michael Coleman, Laura Donadio, Mark Edelman, Aaron Fadden, Manny Lowe, Joe Parado, and Kevin Rudd.
Thank you for volunteering hundreds of hours, creating, refining, and documenting this year's game, and the hundreds of hours you will spend in season. And thank you to all of our thousands of volunteers that will make Into the Deep possible for teams around the world.
And now,
the thrilling reveal of the 2024-2025 First Tech Challenge game, Into the Deep, presented by RTX.
Welcome to the First Tech Challenge 2024-2025 season game, Into the Deep, presented by RTX. A team consists of up to 2 driver operators, a human player, a coach, and a robot. Each match is played with 4 randomly selected teams, 2 per alliance. But each alliance is allowed 1 human player. Your opponent for one match may be your partner for another. Robots must be built from materials specified in the competition manual and fit within an 18-inch sizing cube. But after the match starts, robots may expand, but may never horizontally exceed a 20 by 42-inch rectangle. The primary scoring element is a plastic sample, 1.5 square by 3.5 long. There are 20 samples for the Red Alliance, 20 for the Blue Alliance, and 40 Yellow Alliance neutral samples. Another game element is the clip. Each alliance has access to 20 clips. Human players may attach clips onto samples to create specimens. The game is played on a 12-foot square playing field with a foam tile floor and 1-foot-high walls. A submersible structure is located in the center. Within the submersible are the barriers, low rungs, high rungs, low chambers, and high chambers. In opposite corners are low and high baskets. Below the baskets are the taped-off net zones. On the other corners are taped-off observation zones. On both sides of the submersible are the ascent zones. Near the front and back walls are the taped-off red, blue, and Alliance neutral preset sample zones. April tags are located on the field walls to aid navigation. Blue and red alliance areas are on the left and right sides of the field. Before each match, 60 samples are randomly arranged in the submersible zone. 20 clips are positioned outside of each observation zone, and 12 samples are positioned on the preset sample zones. Teams place their robots on the field, touching the sidewalls. Each robot can start the match with either one specimen or one sample. The field and players are now ready. The match begins with a 30-second autonomous period. During auto, robots may attempt to score using pre-programmed instructions and sensor inputs. Following auto is the 2-minute teleoperated period. Robots score using driver inputs. There are many ways to score during the auto and teleop periods. For example, scoring a sample into the net zone earns 2 points, and scoring a sample into the low basket earns 4 points, or 8 points for scoring into the high basket. Robots may bring alliance-specific samples to the observation zone. Human players can attach clips to the samples, turning them into specimens. Scoring a specimen on the low chamber earns 6 points, or 10 points if scored on the high chamber. Sample colors may be neutral or alliance-specific, but specimen colors must be alliance-specific. The last 30 seconds of the teleop period is the endgame. Robots may continue scoring, but have protected access to their ascent zones. Each robot contacting the low rung earns 3 points. If a robot achieves a low-level ascent, it earns 15 points. But a high-level ascent earns 30 points. When the match ends, a robot parked in the observation zone earns 3 points. There are many ways to score in Into the Deep, but there are also rules that, if not followed, will result in foul points being added to the opposing alliance's score. A robot cannot enter the observation zone if a human player is in that zone. Scoring elements may not be launched. During endgame, robots may not interfere with other robots in their alliance's ascent zone. This has been a summary of this season's game, Into the Deep, presented by RTX. For complete rules, please read the competition manual and check the Q&A forum. And always remember the most important rule of the First Tech Challenge: gracious professionalism. Good luck, teams, and have a spectacular season.
Wow, this game looks incredible. I can't wait to dive in with my team. A special thank you to volunteer Kevin Thorpe for the beautiful animation, and alumni director Michelle Long for narrating. For a deeper dive on gameplay strategy, visit our Game and Season page after the broadcast for links to detailed field walkthroughs with First Tech Challenge project manager Aaron Fadden and the game animation.
We can't wait to see your creative solutions and robots in action on the field. Everyone's invited to explore Into the Deep. If you haven't registered yet, there's still time to join in on the action. Visit our website for details and steps to get started. Already on a team? Check out our free social graphics, recruitment posters, logos, and more. And be sure to tag First Tech Challenge on your team's social posts. Thanks for joining us to kick off the season, and for being a part of the First community. Good luck, teams. The ocean awaits.
Okay, we can begin.
Yeah. So welcome everybody. I don't know where is the webcam. Anyway, okay, this time. This is our first kickoff, so we are very, I don't know, excited. But it's a very simple event. We have two teams here with us. This is the second year for Italy Championship. We had the first event last year in March, and we had 30 teams competing. like last year, our event is open also to international teams which don't have the championship in their country. So we are speaking in English for this reason, because some non-Italian teams might be interested in participating in our event, which will be in English also. We will also help Italian teams with Italian translations of the manuals this year. We will have a special webinar for Italian teams next Tuesday, so you can find on our website. We will put the link later on the video. And so now we have Chuck, which is online with us. I don't know if you can see him on the video, but he is he's a very experienced man from Michigan, and he helps us as we are rookie partners for First Tech Challenge. Now you can see a very funny, I don't know the name in English of this, but anyway, on the back of it, there is the real field. So we are going to open it now. And Chuck, if you want to speak, you can go. Can you go? No? He's dead. Okay, let's go. We open.
He's here.
Okay.
The man.
We
the
open.
legend.
I don't know if you can see me or not.
Yes, you are online.
Oh, I can see Laura. I can see a couple of people. Hey, Laura.
Can we open the field?
There we go. Yeah, open
Yeah?
the field. Let's open the field.
The team are a bit worried.
There's nothing to worry. This is the easiest game this year.
Yeah, we can see a worried team on the right, who's thinking about how to handle this new field. So
nice.
Let's just
You
focus
can
on
go
it.
and touch. No problem.
See, go, touch, move.
I don't know if you guys can see. I think it's going to be an easy. Here we go. Thanks. Thanks, Luca. I think it's going to be an easy game. I think the only potential, I don't say problem, but teams, there are lots of grippers out there that are illegal. So make sure that you don't use the illegal grippers out there. One thing that you should see in the new manual, it's completely brand new manual. There's no volume 1, there's no volume 2. It's called the competition manual. This is to make it super easy and super straightforward to read. The manual is not broken into manual 1 or volume 1, volume 2. It's everything is one manual that you can refer to in different sections. Lots of major rules are not changed. However, specific rules and how it appears did change to make it easy to follow. I don't know if. Oh, let me lower my hand. I don't know if I can broadcast this. I don't know if it will show. Let me see it. I can see it myself on the. No, it won't. It doesn't show.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, you can't really present
Right.
like
Yeah.
that.
No.
But if
Yeah.
you want to, I can.
No, it's okay.
Okay, I can do it.
Not big deal.
So yeah,
But
how many? Do you know how many blocks you can take per each for each robot every round?
I believe you cannot possess more than two. It's same as other. But you can of course get the neutral ones as well. Good question, Luca. Alessio, I don't know if he's
Alessio,
on.
we need you.
I don't know if Alessio is here.
Yeah, Alessio is here. It's just he doesn't
Alessio,
know.
have you had a chance? Have you had a chance to read the manual?
Non sai
Not
quanti,
all of it,
quanti
myself.
blocchi puoi prendere al massimo, no? Ok. Massimo 2.
Yeah, two, same as the other one. I think it's easy to grab or to collect. Most people are gonna use probably a gripper, I think, but the challenge is that gripper has to extend in and out, I think, because if you have a gripper that goes down, it's gonna hit the rungs, it's gonna hit the low and high. So I think the team has to probably work on extending the arm and grabbing it and pull it back rather than down and up, right? Do you agree, Alessio?
He's looking it up, I think. Ok, he's opening the manual. Prendete pure tutte le misure che vi servono, guardate, misurate, tanto siete il vostro. Misurate.
I think I'm muted and I was talking while I'm muted. I want to say shout out to all the teams that are watching us from across the globe, if we say that, or Europe, Italy specifically, and my the other two teams that do from Spain. Alejandro.
So we actually have some teams from other countries as well, which is really good.
Who are on? Do you know who's on?
I can't really see. Let's see if I can see who's on. Participants.
I think this
it's
year
it's not telling me. It's saying only me, but it's weird because it says there are like 9 people watching.
Right.
Even then.
So.
So I don't know what else there is to say other than looking at the manual itself.
I know that I can say something about the championship. I think Sandra will confirm. We have a new website. It's r2onlist.org, new website for FTC. It's part of the
yeah, we actually do, and I think I will actually show it, so I can show how to register for the new edition.
Right.
Give me a second.
And keep up with the Team Blast. So we'll send a way that you guys can communicate with us, especially the teams that would like to be part of this season championship. Any communication too, it will send out and it will be on the website. But I wanted to mention that the championship this year is going to be in North Italy. I don't know. It's a bella. I don't know what is it called.
Yeah, it's near the sea, so
It's Venice.
I don't Rimini, I think somewhere around there. Then Sandra will have to confirm for me. So anyway,
Villa Italia, I think something like this.
Yeah.
Anyways, it will be in February 21st, 22nd, 23rd.
Anyway, regarding the website, to register to the Italian edition, we actually put out a form. So this is the page. Once I can actually switch to it. Okay, here it is. Up here if we have the language, so we can just pick English for it. And then in the first, we have first tech challenge and team registration. In team registration, there are a couple of steps you have to follow actually to fully, register. And scrolling down, there are all the instructions required. So there is actually, it's not a subscription, one-time payment of $295 without taxes if you are actually associated with R2 Onlus. And the only thing required then is to register on the international platform of First, and then they will give you your team ID number. If you are already registered, you don't need to do that. And then you can go here and fill out the form, which is hosted on the website. So just click here. And then there you go. You just pick up your email and all the required fields. So you can see which are required, all the coaches. And if you want, you can become a member of our association, which is €15 a year, which is really low. And the advantage that this gives you is that you will actually have the subscriptions, payments, and can be tax-free. Even then, Sandra will have to confirm this, and we'll actually hold another meeting this, I don't know in English the word for the day after Wednesday. I don't remember, sorry, where we can actually discuss everything else. Okay, I'll put the field on back once again. Let's see if there are any questions. Doesn't look like it.
Good job, Luca. Keep in mind the FTC section, the email blast. So anything that was sent out through email eventually for any information, it will be on the email blast section, or how I'm going to say, record. So you can scroll every email blast that we send. So we try to send email blast every like, I would say every week, but mainly as we get closer to the event, maybe every week or so. But at least once we have an annunciation to make, we'll send an
Yeah,
email blast as well.
once the system is ready, we actually plan to, start sending out emails to people that are already registered, so you won't miss out on announcements, informations, and things like that. One thing I forgot that's new about the website also is this. Give me a second, which is, I have to close this one. This down. Missed the button. Oops. Okay. There is also another page, which is the FAQ, which is kind of, essentials. In resources, right now it's still in Italian. Oh yeah, the module is not translated. We will fix that. In resources, you can actually find all of the information you will need to actually begin hosting events, not hosting events, but participating in events. So we have the competition manual. All of these are links that most of the links actually redirect you to First Inspire's official link. So you have the game manual, how to buy the field. If not, if you don't buy the field, how to make it yourself for cheaper, because importing items from America is always kind of a pain. All the informations about building rules, allows materials, allows components, programming, resources, how to program the robot, the wiring of the robot. And then we actually have the most important thing, which is the calendar with all the events. Once we have events planned, they will come up here. So make sure to check this every once in a while. Even then, we plan to make emails, so you don't have to constantly go back to the website to check. And that's pretty much it, I think. There are also some team management resources, which is geared more toward coaches to, how to host a team, how to mentor the teams in their team activities. And yeah, that's it. If you're curious, go to r2onlus.org, first resources. You will find everything there.
Good job, Luca. Okay, so the next thing we're going to have, if a lot of teams are still on, we will have our first webinar / meet to discuss the new field, discuss the new things that happened, kind of overall of the game, and what's new. We will be, all of us, mainly actually me, Sandra, and Beatrice, I don't know, Alessio, will be in First Global from end of September to last week, September. So probably we'll have our first webinar when we come back from First Global sometime in October. And we'll announce this, and we'll send email blast for everybody to see and register for the webinar. Good luck, teams, and I will see you soon.
Okay.
All right.
So I think Chuck is done. So okay, so I just got confirmation. The event is in Lignano Sabbiadoro. Okay, it's a really great place. We have near Venice. Okay, so everybody knows Venice. Okay, so it's near there, and it's in February this time. It's actually a bit sooner than the other year. Yeah, that's it. For any information, you have our emails, you have Chuck emails, you have the emails of everyone. So don't be afraid to ask. We will answer all of your questions, and then we'll host webinars. So I think we can actually end it here. I don't think there is anything else to say.
All right, bye guys.
So
We'll
bye.
See you soon.
We'll see you. Okay, thank you, Chuck.